Hi, I'm Lin McCraw with the McCraw Law Group. I'm here answering some frequently asked questions that I see from clients. One question that we get sometimes that has a multitude of potential answers is, how is it that I can make a recovery if the person that has hurt me, or the person that's responsible for hurting me, does not have any money? That's a good question. And there's not one easy answer, but there's several answers that can all be in play here. To begin with, most people, when they're hurt or injured, most of the time to really get to compensation, we have to look for insurance. Insurance coverage provides the money that we have to make these cases work. Without insurance coverage, it's very difficult and sometimes it's impossible to get compensated for your losses. It's just that simple. If the person that injured you does not have insurance, we look for other sources first. One of the things we look at is we look at the insureds, at your policies, or maybe even the policies of the owner of the vehicle you were in, if you were a rider or if you were in someone else's vehicle, to determine if they have any underinsured, uninsured motorist coverage that would provide money for situations like this in which a person does not have adequate funds. Another source that we look at is we look to see if the person was on the job at the time that they injured you. If they were on the job at the time, operating in the course and scope of their employment, for instance, if they were running an errand for an employer, or if they were doing a job that required driving for an employer, those situations, the employer's insurance, their liability insurance may come into play as well. We may be able to make a claim there and find the insurance coverage that you need to make a good claim. Without those two sources of insurance, we're quite honestly limited. Sometimes we can make a claim directly on a company, and that company may or may not have insurance, but you still might be able to make the claim fly with the company. The hard reality is, without good insurance coverage, most people out there are functionally bankrupt. Most people could take bankruptcy and can discharge your claim in bankruptcy. Regardless of their asset situation, most people have an ability to shelter some of those. But in situations in which we don't have insurance, very frequently we're called upon to make sure and exhaust the potential of that person not having any insurance. And we do that. And from time to time we're able to find assets that are not subject to being discharged in a bankruptcy, and able to make a recovery. But it's much harder to do, and you're certainly going to need a lawyer if you get in a situation in which which there's no insurance and you have a serious injury. If you have a situation in which you need to discuss situations like this, if you think that there's not enough coverage and you're just not sure where to turn, please call us at the below number at the McCraw Law Group. We'd love to help you.